Hey you guys, welcome back to another video on Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, I'm going to be checking out what Jim Harbaugh and some Michigan players like Aiden Hutchinson, Kade McNamara, and Josh Ross all have to say about going up against Ohio State this weekend in Ann Arbor on Saturday, the game to go to the Big Ten Championship. Going to be getting into everything. Make sure you guys watch the whole entire video so you don't miss what everybody has said so far. And yeah, if you guys are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. If you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. We are one subscriber away from 470. Thank you guys so much. And other than that, let's get right into today's video. Alright, so we're going to start with Aiden Hutchinson here. So Aiden Hutchinson on Inside Michigan Football radio show told John Jansen, he was asked whether they saw the Ohio State versus Michigan State score. Aiden Hutchinson responded with, yeah, a couple guys were talking about it in the locker room. Obviously you want to ignore it, but it's kind of staring at you right in the face. He said, we were talking about it, we saw the score, but we know we are at the big house. This is a game of matchups, this is a game of execution. The better team is going to come out on top. He said about silencing the critics this season, he said that I think we've silenced the critics for the most part, and that this is a one final test to really silence them. And then he said hopefully we will go out there and get the win and break that losing streak to Ohio State. Then he also said on the chance to beat Ohio State, he said, I just want to walk off that field as a winner knowing I was on the team that beat Ohio State. So, obviously Michigan has not beat Ohio State in a long time. So if this team pulls it off, everybody on this team is going to be remembered, and just it would be a great season, one of the best Michigan teams to go down here, especially in the Harbaugh era. And I mean, if you beat Ohio State on Saturday, you're going to go to the Big Ten Championship, probably win that, and you'll be Big Ten champs, and then you'll go to the playoffs. And depending on who you play, I think, whether it's Michigan or Ohio State, I think there is a good chance you go to the national championship if you play a team like Cincinnati, or, I mean, even Alabama is beatable this season, so you could definitely go to the national championship if you make the playoffs this season. But right now, you got to get through this game against Ohio State if you are Michigan right now. Alright, so moving on here, we go to Jim Harbaugh and what he is saying, what he said in his press conference and everything. Before we do keep going though, I will be making a preview video hopefully tomorrow. Should be out tomorrow. And yeah, so I'll make a Ohio State Michigan preview video for you guys tomorrow. It should be out, so I'll look out for that. Other than that, let's keep going here. So on this game's impact on the team's legacy, Jim Harbaugh was asked about that. He said it's a huge opportunity in that regard, whether it's said or not said, it's known. And then also on not being able to play last year against Ohio State, he said obviously there's no need to hype it. The things we just talked about, it's a playoff game, it's a rivalry game, and it's at the highest level. Before that, he was asked on the game having high stakes but also still being a huge rivalry game. He said it's both really, it's both these things. Both these teams have a lot on the line. It's a true playoff in that sense. In the college football playoff world, this is the start of the playoffs. The team that wins will advance, the team that doesn't won't. It's also the big game, the rivalry. So yeah, somebody also talked about or asked him about his team's focus, and he said, I see it in their eyes, I hear the power in their voices, I see the confidence in their eyes. I think we are all feeding off of each other like that. When I look at them, it feels like I'm looking in the mirror. I see the same confidence in them that I'm feeling inside of me. Then when asked on what it would take to win the game, he said we are going to have to play really good as a team, offensively, defensively, special teams. He said it's going to come down to individuals really knowing their role, staying in their role, starring in their role. And then he said back to playing really good as a team. You play really good, you've got a chance to win the game. You don't play really good, you have a really good chance to not win the game. So that's what he said about what it would take to win the game. Then he just talked about C.J. Stroud, said he was phenomenal, fantastic player. Seeing what he's done in high school and this season. Ohio State's defense, he said, really athletic. The defense front is long, athletic, very physical. And then also on Michigan's Beat Ohio drill, he said it's a run drill, and a run stopping drill. All runs are between the tackles. Physicality, emphasis on Ohio State, and keeping them on our minds every day of practice. Harbaugh said that they began that drill back in the spring. So obviously they've been running that drill also for a couple years, I'm pretty sure, since he's been there. I'm pretty sure, I'm not really sure all on that, but they have been running that drill, but they changed it to the Beat Ohio drill this season back in the spring to make the players focus more on the game and really do well in the drill. Alright, so that's pretty much all you gotta know about Jim Harbaugh. Now, one interesting thing, he was asked about, when he guaranteed a win 30 years ago. He said that, I know some people like to get up and pontificate about a thing they did in the past and have a lot of stories about that, but he said, I'm not one of those kind of guys. Then he said on what he would do if a player guaranteed a win. And he pretty much responded with the same thing, pretty much saying that, none of his players would do that. Just because he's probably learned from his past, and that he probably shouldn't have done that, even though, it's just, I'm sure he wouldn't want one of his players doing that. So yeah, but other than that, that's pretty much all on Jim Harbaugh so far this week. It's only Tuesday, obviously, but in his press conferences and everything, that's all he said, and that's all he's been asked. So for quarterback Kade McNamara on Ohio State blowing out Michigan State, he got asked that question about that. He said, overall, ever since the Michigan State game, we just made it an emphasis that we just have to win every game from now on. We were aware of the score prior to us taking the field against Maryland, but I didn't pay attention a ton to the end of the game, but at some point it looked like it was out of control. And then he also got asked on Michigan's preparation for the game. He said, overall, our preparation this season has been great. We haven't faced a team that has really fooled us. I know I can say the same thing about my preparation, and I'm confident in my preparation. This week, obviously, there's going to be a heightened level of focus. That's just what comes with this game. It's also a point of emphasis that we don't have to do anything abnormal in this game. We just have to be Michigan. So that's all Kade McNamara had to say. Now Josh Ross, this will be the last player we'll touch up on and last thing in this video, so we'll keep this video short for you guys. He said on the belief that Michigan ducked Ohio State last season, he was asked about that, and he said, it's BS, to be honest with you. That's the game we always have circled on our calendar, always want to play, and as a Michigan Wolverine, that's a game you would die for. That's really what he said, just how it was BS, and we come to Michigan to play in that game. Obviously Michigan didn't play last year. He got asked on not playing last year, how it felt for him. He said not playing last year sucked, to be honest with you. It wasn't good not playing last year, but at the end of the day, it's now. The time is now, and last year is last year, and that's over. It's about right now. And then they also asked him on getting blown out the two previous games in this rivalry. He said it definitely was frustration for sure. We wanted to play that game. We always want to play that game. I said we are just ready to do it. We are ready to have a great week of preparation going into this week, attack it, have great days leading to this game, and have a great game. And then also last thing, got asked about the Beat Ohio drill again. This time Josh Ross though, and he said that drill, the Beat Ohio drill, we approach it the same every week, every day. It's to go get it as if we were playing Ohio State in that 9-on-7 drill. It means everything to us. We got the music going, we got the energy going, it's exciting. We do it every single week. This game's been a game we've circled on our calendar all year. He said from when the season ended last year, going into preparation, going into winter workouts, going into spring ball, going into the season, it's been on their mind. Alright, so that's pretty much it, guys. Gonna wrap up today's video. Take that as you will. Obviously players, coaches gonna get asked some questions this week, but right now, they're preparing for Ohio State, and come Saturday, hopefully Michigan, comes out and competes with Ohio State, and hopefully it's a very entertaining game for college football fans. And yeah, a lot on the line this week, and hopefully, it's a good game. Other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe for more. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys in the next video, preview video, hopefully tomorrow. And yeah, peace.